I just wanted to take a moment to give a brief introduction to uh, the gentle stretching or standing yoga that's part of the mindfulness based stress reduction program. We've been working with the body scan, we've introduced awareness of breath, and of course, all of these practices are training in bringing attention back to whatever it is that we're experiencing right in the present moment. We've talked about how one way that mindfulness is helpful is that it helps us slow down the racing mind, and practices like the body scan and the breath help us get more in tune both with what's happening in the body right in this moment and to some degree what's happening in the mind right in this moment. And so one of the other reasons perhaps that these kinds of mindfulness practices are helpful is that they also help us learn to tolerate what may sometimes be unpleasant sensations or unpleasant experiences. And so as we train in being able to direct attention to whatever we're experiencing right in this moment without changing it in any way, allowing this experience to be however it is, then we're also training in being able to tolerate those experiences that may also be unpleasant. And the more we're able to tolerate those unpleasant experiences, the less reactive we become to them. And so this practice, the addition of the gentle stretching and standing yoga practice, is also a way of bringing attention to sensations in the body. But just as we've worked with the body lying down, we've had practices where we've been in a sitting posture. This practice will be standing and with the body in motion. And of course, these are all the postures that we find ourselves in throughout our daily life, right? When we're laying down to go to sleep, or we're sitting to eat, or sitting at work, or for other activities, we're standing in line. So we're training in bringing mindful attention to the body and to the breath in all of the postures that we adopt in our regular daily life. Anytime during this mindful stretching or gentle yoga practice, if the mind wanders, which it will, again, no big deal. Just notice that the mind has wandered and just return attention again and again to whatever sensations you do experience in the body in each gentle stretch or yoga posture throughout the practice. It's important during this practice, given that the basic practice is in bringing attention to whatever we're experiencing with a sense of kindness and acceptance, and allowing that experience to be however it is without needing to change it, without demanding that it be different. It's important that you don't do anything that you do not feel is appropriate for you and your body throughout these guided stretching instructions. So let your own sense of what's right and wise for you override any instructions that I may give during the guided instructions, if you feel like that's what's best for you. So in terms of how long to stay in a stretch, or if you feel the need to even skip one of the stretches or postures, that's just fine. This is also a practice in training in understanding our own needs and abilities for our own self-care. And we're also training throughout this kind of practice in learning to notice and experience what our own limits are. What feels like too much for your own body, what feels like it's too easy, and maybe you could challenge yourself a little bit more. And of course, how we experience the body in a practice like this is often similar to how we react to things in other aspects of our life, right? Are we trying too hard to force ourselves into something that isn't helpful? Are we not engaging enough and avoiding what's challenging? So in the same way, throughout this yoga or gentle stretching practice, just taking some time to always notice that you're to check in. Are you forcing yourself to do something that feels like too much? Maybe you could do a little bit more. And just exploring what feels right and wise for you, knowing that you can skip any posture and you can override any instructions that I give for your own self-care. So you'll find the audio guidance to the actual gentle stretching standing yoga practice in another link, but I thought I would provide a little bit of introduction to this practice with this short video. So hope you are able to work with this practice and find some benefit from it.